You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Days of Our Lives fans, I have got your weekly prediction edition. Marlena is ranting at Shane, and Alex is misreading some baby mama drama. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I have got predictions for Marlena, Steve, and Shane, for Ava, Brady, and Kristen, for Rafe, for Holly, Tate, and Doug, and also for Alex, Joy, and Stephanie. And hey, if you are not following us, please click that subscribe button. Let's get into it. Our very first prediction, Marlena and Steve confront Shane, and Marlena is ranting. So there is news about John that Marlena gets on Wednesday. According to official spoilers, it's not good news. And she sits down to talk to Brady Black about it. They're both just worried sick. You know, he's been gone all this time, and I did a video on this recently. Obviously, we've got the death storyline of John Black coming since Drake Hogestyn passed away late last year. And it just, I'm already tearing up just thinking about it. So Friday, spoilers have Brady opening up to Ava, and he is, tearful about what's going on with his dad, or potentially, what they're concerned is going on with his dad, because they don't really know. They have more questions than answers. And by Friday, spoilers have Marlena with Steve, and he is hugging and comforting her. And Doc is vowing that she will find John. And I think that they have to go to the root of all this, because Shane is the one who contacted John and asked him to go do this ISA mission. And he was feeling so guilty because he thought he had murdered Kat's mom, Katarina. And of course, it turns out he didn't. And Kat actually told Marlena that John was the hero in all this, and Marlena really wanted to tell him that, and she hasn't had a chance because he's been gone. If you didn't know, they were filming all of this up to and including John Black's death, which is going to happen off screen unless they use a body double like they did with Bill Hayes, and his funeral. They filmed it all while Drake Hogestyn was alive, and he actually had greenlit it. Ken Corday contacted him and said, I feel like, we should do this, but if you recover, if you get better, which obviously we all want, you come back. And as we know, in Salem, someone dying on screen is not a big deal. So all this happened, and all the actors were dealing with it, knowing how sick Drake was, but still trying to be professional. So I feel like from here on out, this is just all going to be so super sad because of what was happening. And just watch the actors, because this is real stuff. Like when Julie had to do, her Days of Our Lives husband's death after experiencing that in real life. And Susan Seaforth Hayes was a real trooper. Our second prediction, Ava doubles down with Brady to punish Kristen. So Ava's ready to throw the book at Kristen and have her tossed in a cell next to her wackadoo mom, Rachel Blake. But then last week, Brady went to work on her about, I understand, and I know you want to put Kristen away, and in most cases, I would agree, but if you do this, I'm going to lose my daughter, Rachel. CPS is onto us. They will take my kid. So clearly, Ava's caving, not happy about it, and she's not going to be meek about it. And on Wednesday, spoilers have both Belle and Ava coming at Kristen and confronting her. And of course, Belle wants to prosecute Kristen and EJ, but with Ava not cooperating, it just can't happen that way, which is frustrating. And to really ice the cake, Kristen gets a big old slap across the face when Ava comes at her, and Kristen better not slap back at all, or she may wind up in handcuffs. So Friday spoilers have Brady and Ava talking about their feelings, and he's crying to her, she's comforting him, and I like their vibe. And I do think Ava really likes Brady anyway, but I think Ava may intentionally amp up the romance, stop tapping the brakes, and go full bull bore forward with Brady, in part because she likes him, but in the other part so she can just rub it in Kristen's face, which I think Kristen deserves. Our third prediction, Rafe's going to get a second DNA test. Maybe a third, but at least a second. So last week, Gabby yanked a few hairs from Awful Arnold's head at the Hernandez house, and she got Kayla to agree to run a paternity test. She said she would test the hair that Gabby got against Rafe's DNA that's on file, which, just side note, I know soaps don't care about stuff, except they've been kind of inconsistent on the show, but it would be very unethical for for Kayla to run this test because neither Rafe nor Arnold agreed to the test. And so sometimes on days they're like, oh, I can't do that. That wouldn't be ethical, and other times they do. It should be done under a court order or in a crime lab, but sloppy writing. So it should show that the hair Gabby snatched is not a match for Rafe, leading to the assumption that the guy they arrested is Arnold and he's just faking this memory loss. But things twist around because by Thursday, Jada is hoping to trigger Rafe's memory, and she's under that same, theory that that's Arnold. But since the spoiler says Rafe and Jada is trying to evoke his memories, then they must know by then that it's really him. So I just wonder if they're going to find out that the initial test was inconclusive, or because of what's going on with him and this memory loss, maybe they go over to the hospital, and it didn't even have to necessarily be a DNA test. If they do blood draws and he's just a completely different blood type than Arnold, something like that. But they're definitely going to figure out the real Rafe has been arrested. Our fourth prediction, Holly snaps on Tate and Doug gets a kiss. So Holly was floored when Doug 3 told her how into her that he is, but then Tate interrupted and she never told him what Doug was saying, and she did talk to Maggie about it, and so she may actually tell Tate. We'll see. On Monday, spoilers have Holly making it very clear to Doug 3 that Tate's her man and Holly loves him, which is all well and good, but Tate still has Sophia issues, baby issues, and Friday spoilers say Holly and Tate argue about Doug 3's character, which is fair enough. He's dodgy and stole a family necklace, and Holly knows that. And, she's done some dodgy things too, but, Tate slept with Sophia the second Holly left town for a short visit. And then Tate let Holly think he broke up with Sophia when actually she dumped Tate for saying Holly's name while they were in bed. And I just think that maybe Tate shouldn't be throwing stones in a glass house. So this may open the door for Doug 3 and he gets a kiss and maybe a shot to try and steal Holly. Our fifth and final prediction, Alex thinks the wrong girl is pregnant. So Joy Wesley was shagging Alex, but remember, she never slept with Johnny DiMera. They stopped short of that. And Alex thought they were casual, but apparently Joy was catching feelings for him, asking Alex to meet her parents, stuff like that. Meanwhile, Alex really wants Stephanie, and without breaking up with Joy first, he and Stephanie were kissing at the hospital and Joy saw them, heartbreak, all that. So now Alex and Stephanie are back on, but Joy's period is late, according to the promo for the week ahead. And Tuesday spoilers say Stephanie overhears Sarah, and in the promo, it's her ordering a pregnancy test for Joy, and Stephanie knows what that means. And then she and Sarah have a very tense conversation. Stephanie shouldn't have been listening. She knows that because her mom is a doctor, and Sarah can't give out patient info, so she may tell her to kick rocks. And then Thursday spoilers say that Alex jumps to a conclusion about Stephanie. So I wonder if Alex is going to overhear Stephanie talking to someone about pregnancy tests, and he misreads it thinking that Stephanie is the one pregnant and with no idea that it's Joy who might be. And if so, Alex may wonder if Philip got Stephanie pregnant. So this could get messy fast based on these assumptions.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.